Ready for Kid News? So are we. But first, a word from our awesome sponsor.
Hey parents, a question. What's the best way for a struggling student to beat the math blues? Decades of research say the answer is a dedicated one-on-one tutor, but those can be off the charts expensive and a gamble based on who you get. That's where Synthesis Tutor comes in. It's educational AI, the future of learning, and it gives kids a deep understanding of math and how to apply it to the real world. Visit synthesis.com/kidnews to get 10% off and begin learning with Synthesis Tutor today.
Good morning and welcome to Kid News. I'm Tori. Today is Tuesday, February 6, 2024. And we begin with a suspected spy finally being released. But in this case, the alleged secret agent is a pigeon that was captured near a major port in India last year with what appeared to be Chinese writing on its wings. The bird was immediately seized by police who suspected the animal was being used for espionage and taken to a vet for a medical exam, where it remained in custody for 8 months. According to CNN, the animal rights organization PETA has been urging police to allow the vet to release the pigeon, which finally happened in the last week. Longtime Kid News fans may remember a story of another potential animal spy. Back in 2019, we reported on a beluga whale seen near Norway wearing a special harness that could hold a camera, leading experts to suggest the whale may have been trained by the Russian military. History was made during the music world's annual award show Sunday night. Taylor Swift won Album of the Year for a record-setting 4th time, breaking her tie with Frank Sinatra, Paul Simon, and Stevie Wonder. That was her second Grammy of the evening. Earlier, while accepting her first, she announced that her secret new studio album, titled The Tortured Poets Department, will be released on April 19th. Taylor was in good company as all the other top winners of the night were women. Billie Eilish won Song of the Year for What Was I Made For from the Barbie movie. Miley Cyrus took home her first ever Grammy for her song Flowers, and Victoria Monet got the trophy for Best New Artist. There's a lot of build-up to the Super Bowl this weekend, but a new study found that for many viewers, the best part of the championship matchup is not the actual game. A survey conducted by One Poll found that 55% are mainly watching for the halftime show, while 45% say they want to see the commercials. Only 38% say they're focused on the competition on the field. The average time spent actually watching the game was estimated at just 29 minutes. And 9% of respondents admit they're unlikely to even know which teams are playing before the game is turned on. So, in case you need a reminder, it's the San Francisco 49ers against the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs facing off on Sunday afternoon. Girl Scout cookie sales are starting soon, and consumers in some parts of the country will notice something different: higher prices. One leader tells the New York Times, Girl Scouts are not immune to the rising costs of life. So for the first time in 6 years, the Girl Scouts of Greater New York will charge more. Each box will be $7. The change in pricing varies around the country because there are over 100 different Girl Scout councils in the U.S., and they each negotiate separate contracts with the 2 bakeries licensed to make the cookies. They also each decide when to start selling. The money earned from annual cookie sales goes to pay for programs or trips, so leaders hope that consumers will still buy them. A 12-year-old boy who is extra bright found a cool way to make friends. He joined the Mensa Society by getting the same IQ score as Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking. Cyrus Young was born in Hong Kong and now lives with his family in the UK. He loves to play piano and also enjoys science and math. His dad tells the Good News Network he'd read some articles about kids who joined Mensa and thought it'd be good for his son to meet others with similar interests as him. Mensa, which is Latin for table, is an international group formed in 1947 that welcomes anyone whose IQ is in the 98th percentile in order to share ideas and help members reach their full potential. Cyrus scored a 160, just 2 points short of the highest possible score. He says he was surprised at the strong result and feels quite proud of himself. Still to come, why an old napkin could be worth a cool $400,000. But first, we want to give a big shout out to future astronaut Powers in London, England, whose birthday is actually tomorrow, the 7th, but because of the time difference, that's today's podcast for them. Powers, your mom, dad, Teddy, Gracie, and Lulu are so proud of your curiosity and positivity and can't wait to see you in space one day. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. A pigeon that had been held for 8 months was suspected of doing what? Spying for China. What other reasons do people watch the Super Bowl other than the game itself? The halftime show and the commercials. What's the name of Taylor Swift's new album? The Tortured Poets Department. What group did a boy in the UK join to make friends? The Mensa Society. In our KidNuz Kicker, perhaps one of the most important moments in soccer history is about to go up for auction. It's a paper napkin that was used back in December 2000 to unofficially sign the then 13-year-old Lionel Messi to the team FC Barcelona, where he would go on to become one of the greatest soccer players of all time. The napkin will be sold at an auction house in London next month. The starting bid, $380,000. Meanwhile, the star, who is now playing for Miami, got roundly booed because he never took the pitch during an exhibition match in Hong Kong this weekend. Some fans are even calling for a refund. The coaches said Messi was nursing a pulled muscle and didn't want to risk further injury. Thank you again to the Bride Mayors of London, England for sponsoring today's quiz. Hello to birthday girl Powers and a wish for safe travels and great fun as you visit your old hometown of New Orleans for Mardi Gras. And shout-outs to our terrific KidNuz teachers, Mrs. Sumner and her Tigers at Terrytown in Terre Haute, Indiana, Mrs. Herrick and her Spartans at Borland in Imlay City, Michigan, and Mrs. Mitchell and her Pirates at Clymer Central in Clymer, New York. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to check out the new monthly Noodler worksheet in the resources section of our website, kidnuz.org. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.